Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and welcome back to the fly-by-wire Airbus A380. The A380, you guys know that, is my favorite freeware aircraft of all time, and today we're going to take it from IndyBuild's Dubai airport over to MK Studios Barcelona. Before we start, a quick message from today's sponsor, Say Intentions AI. If you are looking for an air traffic control add-on and one that does not only do standard IFR but also VFR, data link, cabin crew and a lot more, and if you like what you see in today's video, then do check them out using the link in the video description or the pinned comment below. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. So this is what our flight plan looks like today. We're going to depart Dubai and then we are going to head up along Doha through Kuwait, Iraq, Turkey, Greece, and then eventually over the Mediterranean Sea all the way to Barcelona. The significant weather chart is looking pretty good today. We are crossing one jet stream, which shouldn't be too much of an issue, and then that's already it. So smooth flight for us for the greater part of the day. Now, in terms of the weather, Dubai itself, typical weather conditions, 34 right or 32 right will be our departure runway, 34 degrees, and our destination Barcelona is already pretty good as well, and it's going to remain pretty good. Temperatures up to 26 degrees today. Our first alternate is going to be Madrid, which has wonderful weather conditions today as well, and then we have Toulouse as a backup over here, which also has good weather. Now, all of that out of the way, if we have a look at the flight plan, an on-time departure means an on-time arrival, and we are flying the A6 AOG today, Emirates 185, initially flight level 360, later on flight level 380, and if we look into the fuel planning, then we can see that our minimum fuel is basically 97 tons. And the question is, do we need any more than that? Yeah, probably. Barcelona is one of those airports where you can just easily run into some delays. So let's just add about, call that 15 minutes plus whatever it takes to transport those. So basically 100 tons of fuel should be a good value for today's flight. And with that decided, I suppose we're going to get right into our flight deck. So, boarding our lovely A380, again, beautiful cabin model here by Fly-by-Wire. This is just absolutely stunning, isn't it? We definitely got to explore that one in some greater detail on some flight. But for today, let's get right back into the flight deck and let's start to work on our flight today. So, we're going to fly this one as captain and we can take our seat over here. Now, quick safety inspection, engine masters are off, thrust levers idle, landing gear lever down, the engine start selectors and norm, the wipers are off. Then we can quickly cross-check our batteries to make sure that we have sufficient voltage. We need 25.5 as a minimum on all of them, and this is looking quite good. Alright, so then we can go ahead and power the airplane up. External power is 2314. Oh. That was interesting. Just turned them off again the moment I pressed the buttons. Alright, so applying power. While we're doing that, let's go ahead and start our EFB as well. And then we can just head down over here and import our SimBrief data. We've already seen the flight plan, so I'm not going to go into any of that anymore. Now for our payload, let's just go ahead and change that slightly here. Let's say we have a ton of additional weight, 355.3, and we can load that one in an instant, please. Then into the fuel section, and we are going to round that one up here to 100 tons. Alright, cool. So the fuel is loaded, the payload is loaded, and then we can have a quick look into our EFB already. For the charts, we do have a dedicated A380 taxi chart here, code Fox, and then we do of course have our SID, which is going to be the lead up to Foxtrot today, and that one is right over here. Perfect. So we have that on the EFB. Let's also bring it down here into the OIS. So, whoopsie, that was not how it's supposed to look like. So let's start up here, flight up status. This is going to be the Emirates 185 from Dubai over to Barcelona. Oh, what's that? Did we just kill our table? No, here it comes. Nice. Okay. So, Dubai to Barcelona. Then for the charts, Navigraph, and from Dubai, taxi, we can pin them down here as well. Always a little bit more useful, in my opinion, than having them up here, where you can have, for example, the flight plan instead, that you can't have on the OIS just yet. As far as I know, they are working on it though. Okay, cool. So, that much for getting the basics up here. Then our aircraft has already powered up, very nice. So let's go ahead and turn on the ADS 1, 2, and 3. Then we can have a look at the recall. 1, 2, 3. And there's nothing in here, that's good. Alright, so APU fire test. That's interesting, but it did work. That's all I do care about. Alright, cool, so let's turn on the APU, also the nav light, the logo lights, strobe lights auto. Alright. Very nice. So, that's our basic power up complete. The APU is coming, then APU bleed can come on straight away as well. Alright. So with those basics out of the way, let's go ahead and do some preliminary takeoff performance calculation. And for that we are going to use the SimBrief calculator. So let's open that one up. So here we are, Dubai 30 right. Let's make that 3,800 meters to take all the possible shortcuts into account. Takeoff weight, we will make that slightly higher, 455 tons. And the rest of it is looking good, so let's hit calculate. And here we go, stop margin 279, 560 is the limit. Flaps 1 takeoff at 62 degrees, speeds are looking good. And that's all we needed to know. Beautiful. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and actually start setting our aircraft up for today's flight. So, oxygen is good. Hydraulic quantities are good. Engine oil quantities. So FedEx coming on, and the engine oil quantities are looking good as well. Beautiful. Okay, that's just about perfect. Flight controls do match the indications. Let's release that park and brake, test the alternate brake. Looking good. Wonderful. Alright, so that's just about everything we could ask here. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and start by collecting the ATIS. So 131.7. That's interesting. Why can I not type that frequency?
Following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Oscar. Dubai International Airport, information Oscar. 0900 Zulu. Wind 315 at 15. Visibility 4. Sky conditions, few at 3,500 feet, temperature 34. Dew point 25. QNH 1005. Density altitude 2,500 feet. Transition level 140. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all.
Okay, so 121.5 is active again. Delivery will be 120.35. So 120.35. Let's take that. And then ground will be something down here. Does it say which one? Yep, 1835. Okay, looking good. So, flight plan has been received and insert. Now, while that's in progress, let's go ahead and start with our cockpit preparation procedure. So that's everything up here. Down here, everything's set as well. Alright, fuel pump's coming on. Up here everything's checked. That white light is okay. Up here everything's set as well. Flight recorder test isn't implemented at the moment. That's fine. So QNH 1005 is set. Everything's set down here. It's the 7th of June 25. That's looking good. Down here everything is set. And for the time being we'll just use the interphone. Looks like the light in the interphone button is broken. That one has been written down already a little while ago, so that's in the books. And okay. Alright then. So let's see, ATC com page isn't implemented yet, surveillance page, transponder is on standby, perfect. And then let's start with our cockpit preparation, or rather with our FMS preparation. So I'll just get the flight plan up on the EFB over here, making our life as easy as possible. So, Emirates 185, Dubai to Barcelona, alternate Madrid, flight level 360. Cruise temperature is minus 44. Like that. Tropopause is in 54,000. Okay, looking good. So, average wind component is a headwind of 27 knots. So, headwind 27. Then, IRS is aligning on the GPS position, or rather has aligned on the GPS position. So, for our departure, Dubai, 30 right, regap to Foxtrot departure. Tempe insert. Arrival in Barcelona, runway 24 right, and the approach will be the ILS Zulu approach, 24 right. Our arrival is the Verso to Whiskey. If we can find that anywhere. So, Verso to Whiskey. Wherever you position that at the very top. There are things you don't have to understand, huh? Okay, so let's have a very quick look at where that one actually ends. Here it is, we can pin that one already. So, Verso to Whiskey goes to Lesbar. So let's select via Lesbar to Whiskey. Alright, insert. Now let's go to the pin charts. So read up to Foxtrot. Plan with constraints. We proceed to Delta Bravo 570, minimum 180 knots. Then we continue via interestingly enough, scroll wheel isn't simulated here. I think we could use the arrow keys as well. Alright, so Delta Bravo 570, then 584, minimum 190, 585, maximum 220. Left turn to Orlat, and then via Kicksock to Rida. And that's looking pretty good. Alright, so back to init and nav aids. We have nothing hard tuned, perfect. then we can continue towards fuel and load. And this is where things get interesting now. So we're planned at 354.6. We don't know a CG yet, so we're just gonna enter 25, and the block fuel is 100 tons. Taxi 0.8. So, alternate 9.7, final 5. Like this. Alright. Apparently 14.6 extra. We'll see about that. So now into the takeoff performance, and we'll collect that one from SimBrief once again. So that's going to be a flaps 1 takeoff at 62 degrees, and the speed's 41, 55, and 61. So flaps 1 is selected, flex, and that's going to be 65. Takeoff shift, I'll just put 500 in here. Alright, and now our speed's 41, 55, 61. Alright, packs will be on, noise abatement number 2 is correct, engine out acceleration 1500 is correct, transition 13,000 is also correct, and that's looking good so far. So position monitor isn't implemented, climb page is looking good. We don't have a derated climb, but that's alright. Well, secondary flap plan is not implemented, so with that we are basically done with our setup down here. Very nice, so let's go all the way up and into the zoom to get me the moving map for Dubai. Let's give it a moment to load over here, and here we go. Wonderful. So that's what we wanted. We are 1, 2, traffic, airport, initial to, I believe it's usually 4,000 in here. So that's looking good. And then you can have constraints, traffic, VORs, airports as well, and that's also looking good. Lovely. Okay, perfect. So that's everything set up over here. Oxygen test is not simulated, fine. So with that, we're basically done with our setup. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and grab our clearance up next. Let's see, do we have the scratch pad anywhere here? Like we have it on the A350? Doesn't look like it, huh? Well, that's actually something that would have been nice for the A380. Probably that key, but okay, we don't have it here, that's fine. We can live without. Alright, so.
IANS. Advise on initial contact, you have information Papa.
Information Papa. Dubai delivery, Emirates 185 Super Information Papa, request clearance to Barcelona. So, some place to write down some information would be much appreciated.
Emirates 185, information Oscar is current. Clear to Barcelona via the Ryder to Foxtrot departure, then as filed. Departure runway 30 right. Initial climb to 4,000 feet. Departure on 122.5 squawk 3341.
Emirates 185 Super is cleared to Barcelona via read up to Foxtrot departure runway 30 right, climb altitude 4,000, departure frequency 122.5, squawk 3341.
Emirates 185, read back correct, contact ground on 118.35.
118.35, Emirates 185. Okay, superb. So, 30 right, read up to Foxtrot is confirmed, and squawk 3341, initial climb to 4000. Beautiful. So that's everything we needed.
Welcome aboard Emirates Flight 185, departing from Dubai to beautiful Barcelona. We kindly ask you to take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to our friendly crew members. Thank you for choosing Emirates, and we hope you have a pleasant flight.
Alright, so let's say hello to our guest as well. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel. In the name of Emirates, I would like to add my warm welcome on board our Airbus A380 on today's flight to Barcelona. We expect a flight time of about 6 hours and 50 minutes. Mostly smooth flight with only some occasional light turbulence as we're crossing some strong areas of wind. We'd like to thank you very much for being on board. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. And if there is anything we can do for you to make it more comfortable, please do not hesitate to ask any of our charming cabin crew. Once again, thank you very much for being on board with us today. Cabin crew, all doors in flight. So, they have closed all the doors. I think arming goes automatically in here. So, by now, we should have gotten our load sheet. So, let's have a look. So, zero fuel weight is 154.6. And that's what we have. So, let's see about the CG. That's 34.0. 100 tons of fuel is correct. 459 passengers, is that correct? Yes, it is. Beautiful. So just gotta press that little button to uplift all of that into the aircraft. And here we go. Alright, beautiful. So the payload is on board, the fuel is on board. Wonderful, that's all we can ask for, isn't it? Then, performance should stay valid. Let's have a look. Yeah, 455 tons should be absolutely fine. Perfect. Okay, so THS for takeoff is going to be 40. Flaps 1, packs on, anti-ice off. Yeah, all of that does remain valid. Only one change, that's the flex temperature, which should be 62. I mistyped that during the initial setup. Alright, so let's go for the departure briefing, please. Okay, so we're departing Dubai, runway 30 right, lead up to Foxtrot departure, initial climb 4000. Highest MSA is 3800 due to all the lovely buildings we've got over here, and we have nothing special, nothing non-standard. Extra fuel and time, we took 2.5 tons, which, well, that's unreliable down here, so let's not bother with that. So we took 2.5 tons, which equals about 15 minutes. Thank you for that. Hotspots for the taxi routing is going to be the crossing of runway 30 left or the long way around. We'll see about that. And stop margin for today's rejected takeoff is about 270 meters plus the task factor. Now, engine out sits straight at 25 miles, pick up a holding over there, and then we can come back. 30 left is available. Let's see, we're at 455 tons. Our maximum takeoff weight is... maximum landing weight is 386, so yeah, we'd be about 60 tons overweight, so overweight landing procedure if we have time available. If not, we'll just start the APU, get the APU bleed going, and that's pretty much all we need. Apart from that, I have nothing special, nothing non-standard. Do you see any threats? No? Beautiful. And just for the sake of completeness, green dot is 218, the speed restriction 220, so we can retract the flaps. Alright, and that's everything I have for this one, so let's do the cockpit preparation checklist, please. So, gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity 100 tons balanced. Barrel reference QNH 1005. cockpit preparation checklist complete. Ground from flight deck. So please confirm all doors and hatches are closed, ground equipment is removed, and the bypass pin is installed. That's all confirmed. Okay, thanks. We'll call for pushback. Dubai ground, Emirates 185 Super, request pushback and startup.
Emirates 185, pushback and startup approved. Face southeast.
Pushback and startup approved. Face southeast, Emirates 185. So, ground, pushback approved, facing east, park and brake set. Thank you, release park and brake. So that's going to be southeast. Park and brake released. Roger, start the pushback and you clear to start the engines. Thank you, starting in sequence 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll commence with 1 and 2. So, before start checklist, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Emirates Flight 185, departing from Dubai to beautiful Barcelona. My name is Khadija, and on behalf of the entire crew,
takeoff speed on thrust, V1141, VR 155, V2 161, flex 62.
Omar, Fatima, and Zayed.
And B4, well, once GSX stops blocking my click spot, before start checklist complete. Alright, so we're starting engines 1 and 2. Clear 1, 2. Engine 1 and 2 start.
Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. For those seated near the exits, please note that we have 16 emergency exits on this A380. They are located at the front, middle and rear of the aircraft. To reach them, follow the illuminated exit signs. In the unlikely event of an evacuation, please leave your luggage on board and proceed to the nearest exit. Swim vests are located under your seat. To use them, pull the vest out, place it over your head, and pull the straps to secure it. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs once outside the aircraft. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight. We will be cruising at 36,000 feet and expect a flight time of approximately 6 hours and 41 minutes. I will now inform the captain that the cabin is ready for departure.
Alright, 2 good starts, starting 3 and 4. So, and 3 and 2 and 1. And this looks a lot like the pushback is about to complete. Yep. Push complete, set brakes. Brake set. Okay, we have 4 good engine starts. You're clear to disconnect. Show me the pin on the left side and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. So, there's the tuck, waiting for the ramp agent. Now, why is this always moving all the way down? Another one of those things I don't understand. Okay, so here's the ramp agent holding a pin. Looking perfect. Flight control check. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral, radar. Full left. Full right. Neutral. After start checklist. Anti-ice. Off. Pitch trim. 40% set. After start checklist complete. Emirates 185, request taxi.
Emirates 185, taxi to runway 30 right via Juliet, Juliet 3, Zulu, Kilo 11, cross runway 30 left, then M14B, M14A.
Emirates 185, taxi to holding point runway 30 right via Juliet, Juliet 3, Zulu, Kilo 11, cross runway 30 left, Mike 14 Bravo, Mike 14 Alpha. Okay, the routing is pretty clear. So, clear right side, clear left side, park and brake released. Brake check. Pressure 0. So that was some absolutely wonderful performance when we got rolling. But anyway, here we go. So we're clear to pass Juliet. No need to hold over there. Now comes the big challenge, making those large turns over here. Normally they say 10 knots for a turn, but I think we can go a little bit quicker over here. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. So 15 should be okay. Clear on the left side. Just incredible how small the airport looks when you're sitting in an airplane as large as this. So, no vehicle traffic, excellent. And then we continue straight ahead via Kilo 11, cross runway 30 left. Okay, I have no changes to the takeoff briefing. Clear left side. Clear right side. Strobe lights on, crossing 30 left. And taxi checklist, please. So, flight controls, checked. Flap setting, config 1 plus F, radar on, taxi checklist complete. So, clear on the approach, clear on the left, and then straight ahead to runway 30 right. So runway ahead is checked, we're clear to cross. Mike 1 for Alpha, straight ahead.
Emirates 185. Contact tower on 118.75.
118.75, Emirates 185. Dubai Tower, Emirates 185 Heavy, ready for departure. And it should of course have been super. Dubai Tower, Emirates 185 Super, ready for departure. It would have helped if I had pressed
Emirates
the PTT.
185 Super, Dubai Tower, runway 30 right, wind 330 at 13, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 30 right, cleared for takeoff, Emirates 185 Super. Okay, clear on the approach. Packs remain on. Lineup checklist. So takeoff runway 30 right via Mike 14 Alpha. Packs 1 and 2 on. Lineup checklist complete. Are you ready? Actually, tell you what, let's both go on to the weather. So we calculated our takeoff from Mike 13 over here, so we have a little bit of distance available. And with that, takeoff. Manflex 62 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Thrust set. Knots, checked.
V1.
Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav, checked. So 12.5 degrees of pitch on the initial climb, and look at how perfectly that works, man.
Contact departure.
Orbital departure, Emirates 185. Nah, we're not in the States. You gotta tell me the frequency. Thrust climb auto thrust. Dubai departure, Emirates 185 Super, passing 1,300, climbing 4,000.
Emirates 185 Super, Dubai departure, radar contact. Climb 3000 direct Delta, Bravo 570.
Stop climbing 3000, direct Delta Bravo 570, Emirates 185. AP1. And yeah, we've just overflown 570, so there's that. Flaps 0.
Emirates 185, maintain climb altitude 3000 feet. Direct to Delta Bravo 570.
Emirates 185, maintain 3000, and we continue along the route. There is no need to send me to 570 again here. Okay, 1000 to
Emirates
go.
185, maintain 3000 feet. Continue as filed.
Roger. That was rather silly. Speed hold start. Okay, so the acceleration flow pattern is complete. Alt. We don't need that
Emirates
controller
185,
anymore.
climb flight level 200.
Emirates 185, climb flight level 200. Thrust climb, alt 20,000 blue. Very nice vessel down here. Oh yeah, and a very nice one up here as well. Okay, so we've made it out of Dubai. Now let's see, probably not a lot happening over the next couple of hours. Nicely established in the climb, 2,500 feet a minute. That's all you can ask for, isn't it? So, let's see, at Safku we climbed to flight level 380. Let's see where that is. Safku. Step outs. Safku 380. Step above max, I doubt that. But we will see about it.
Emirates 185, climb flight level 240.
Emirates 185, climb flight level 240. 24,000 blue. Alrighty, so let's see, estimated time of arrival 10:42, planned 11:25. Wonderful. So that's everything we can ask for. Optimum 345, maximum 360. Well, we'll take 360 anyway. That way at least we have it. So, let me just do something over here. Let's just go ahead and load up Barcelona already, just so that we've already got it in the memory for the time we arrive. So, airport select, label, and display. That seems to reduce the chances of it crashing to desktop a little bit, so happy to have this. And now it's in the memory, so now we're all fine. Okay, passing 10,000, and everything looks absolutely smooth over here, so seatbelts auto. Everything's set up here, and then optimum 345, maximum 360. No hard tune,
Dear
nothing.
guests, we are now at a safe
Love it.
altitude and you may use your electronic devices. Please ensure that they are set to airplane mode. We also have onboard Wi-Fi service available for you to enjoy during the flight. Thank you for your attention and we hope you have a pleasant journey with us on Emirates Flight 185.
Well, my friends, so we're up and on the way. And then I tend to say, I see you a little bit later as we start our arrival into Barcelona. let's go ahead and have a look at our approach. Now, as you can see, we are a little bit high right now, seeing that we have about, well, 45 miles-ish to fly. But ATC kept us high for a little while, so there wasn't really all that much we could do about it. We are descending with full speed brake right now, and we will eventually catch up to it. It's not like we're critically high or something. We've just been cleared down to altitude 4000, so set QNH. And QNH 1017 is cross-check, passing 17,100 now. Now let's have a look at the approach that we are going to fly. It will be an ILS Yankee approach from 06 left. That's what ATC has already told us about. Now, if we take a look into the arrival, we are currently following the 3 Echo arrival, and basically we are already inbound to VBIM from where we are going to get radar vectors. So the standard arrival is going to be VBIM and then onto the Arnoff downwind. Realistically though, we are looking at vectors, and from there we are going to establish ourselves basically just like that. So, ILS Yankee approach
Emirates 185, contact Barcelona approach on 119.105.
119.105. Barcelona approach, Buenos Dias, Emirates 185 Super, passing 15,000, descending 4,000.
Emirates 185 Super, Barcelona approach, identified. Bonavestrada, expect the ILS Yankee runway 6 left approach into Barcelona.
Expect the ILS Yankee runway 06 left into Barcelona, Emirates 185. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the briefing.
Emirates 185. Turn left heading 245 vectors for the ALS runway 6 left approach.
Emirates 185, turn left heading 245. Heading. Alright, and then we are hopefully not going to need those speed brakes any longer. Alright, so let's head over to the right hand seat and start the briefing. So, in the south we have an MSA of about 3,200 feet, radar vector ILS approach runway 06 left. Minimum 273, go around is going to be almost straight ahead, climbing at 3,000. Extra fuel and time, let's have a look. 9.1 tons extra, which equals around about an hour. So, flight director guided approach, config full. We will use both reversers since we don't have a brake fan on the A380. So maximum reverse, BTV to vacate the runway to the right hand side, and no hotspots for our taxi in. Be prepared for some very long clearances as they have all these numbers in the taxiways, and the way that I understand say intentions works, they are going to read out all those numbers to us. So that's something that we are mentally prepared for, getting a long clearance. Well, and I think that's pretty much it. I have nothing special, I have nothing non-standard. Anything from your side? No? Wonderful, so that's our briefing complete. So let's just help it again. Okay, so approaching 10,000, signs on, lights on. LS is selected, the ethers is set, and I think that's all we're gonna need. Alright.
Captain, cabin is ready.
Thank you. Approach checklist, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our final approach into Barcelona, we kindly ask that you turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Please ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in their full upright position, and your seat belts are fastened. Our Emirates staff on the ground will provide you with information regarding your connecting flights. Thank you for your cooperation.
So, approach checklist. Barrel reference. QNH 1017. Minimum. That's Barrow 273. Auto brake. BTV. Approach checklist complete. So, let's give ourselves a small shortcut here. Back to Aztec. And back to heading. 1500 high.
Emirates 185, turn right heading 305.
Turn right heading 305, Emirates 185. Heading 305. So, activate and confirm the approach phase. And that is looking good. We are approaching the glide path. Speed brakes going in. 1,000 to go. Manage speed. I'll tell you what, 16 miles out. Let's maintain 250. So, speed, vertical speed. That is looking fantastic. So, for the time being, this is going pretty well. So, taxi in is going to take a little while, as we'll be parking completely down to the south. There are a couple of A380 gates over there, like 287, 291. So that's the region into which we're going to go. Halt. So let's have a quick look at the taxi charts. So, taxi restrictions code Foxtrot aircraft. That's probably ours. Yep. So we're going to locate up here. Cross runway 02. Then it's probably going to be Delta, Kilo, up to the gates over here.
Emirates 185 Super. Proceed direct Aztec. Descent altitude 3000 until established on the localizer cleared for the ILS runway 6 left approach.
Emirates 185, direct Aztec, descent 3000, cleared ILS runway 06 left. Vertical speed, alt 3000 blue. Come on to Aztec, Quebec Alpha Alpha is confirmed. Lovely. So, parking stands right down here. That's where we're going to go. Okay, wonderful. So that's pretty much everything done. Then let's go ahead and enjoy ourselves a bit, shall we? I hate having to turn the autopilot off like this. But we just don't have a working disconnect click spot on the side stick here. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but we're gonna survive without. So, manage speed, Cat 1, glide slope, localizer blue. And manual thrust. Miles out, our speed is reducing nicely. That's just about everything we can ask for. Airport in sight. So let's just work ahead a little bit.
185. Contact Barcelona Tower on 122.1.
122.1, that's 185. Alt lock star. Barcelona Tower, Emirates 185 Super, ILS Yankee 06 left. Flaps 1, speed checked, flaps 1.
Emirates 185 Super, Barcelona Tower identified.
So, 9 knots tailwind. Flaps 2. Just gotta love the Spanish coastline. Glide slope star. You're on altitude 3000 sets. Glide slope. Right then, gear down.
Emirates 185 Super, Barcelona Tower. Winds 125 at 7. Runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 06 left, clear to land. Emirates 185 Super. Okay, flaps full. Speed checked, flaps full. Okay, so nicely established. Landing checklist. Eco memo, landing no blue. Landing checklist complete. Emirates 185, wind check.
Winds 125 at 7.
125 at 7. Okay, so the winds are going to turn quite a bit to the left. It's been a long time since we've approached runway 06. It's usually always 24 here in Barcelona.
1000.
Checked. So, we gotta remember, it's an A380. We must flare this thing at 50 feet, otherwise it's gonna be an impact. Just gotta love it. Alright, and just gotta go back inside.
400.
Land.
100 above. 300.
So the wind is turning as expected.
Minimum.
Continue.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Spoilers. VTV.
Auto brake off.
Okay, manual brakes.
Emirates 185, welcome to Barcelona. Contact ground on 122.23.
122.23, Emirates 185. So we'll just vacate that runway first.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Barcelona. We have just landed safely at Josep Tarradellas Barcelona El Prat Airport. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we have
So,
reached
6
our
hours
final
41,
position.
that's pretty close to the plan.
Local time here is 1:12 p.m. Did you know that Barcelona is famous for its unique architecture, especially the works of Antoni Gaudi, including the iconic Sagrada Familia? Thank you for flying with Emirates today. On behalf of Captain Emmanuel, First Officer Amanda, and the entire crew, we wish you a wonderful stay in this beautiful city.
Barcelona ground, Emirates 185 Super, request taxi to gate 291. So we'll stop here for a moment. So 12223, that is correct. Barcelona ground, Emirates 185 Super, request taxi to gate 291. Yes, no, maybe? Come on, why is he not answering? Barcelona ground, Emirates 185, request taxi to gate 291. Will you? Eventually? Please?
Emirates 185, taxi to Apron 15 gate 291 via Yankee 4, November 3, November 4, cross runway 20, then November 5, November 6, Echo 5, Echo 4, Echo 3, Juliet 5, Juliet 6, Juliet 7, Juliet Eche, Quebec 9er, Quebec 10. Good day.
Emirates 185, taxi to gate 291 via Yankee November, cross runway 20, Echo Juliet, Quebec.
Attention all aircraft. Echo now current QNH 1016.
Okay, so he said we're going to start on November, so let's get ourselves over
Emirates
there.
185, taxi to Apron 15 gate 290 via Yankee 4, November 3, November 4, cross runway 20, then November 5, November 6, Echo 5, Echo 4, Echo 3, Juliet 5, Juliet 6, Juliet 7, Juliet 8, Quebec 9er, Quebec 10. Good day.
Roger. That's what I meant during the approach briefing. It probably took so long for St. Tensions to figure out the taxiways here, because for whatever reason, the Spanish have decided that every single one of those intersections needs a dedicated number. So over here we are on November 7, then over here after the crossing taxiway we're on November 4, and so on and so on and so on. I guess that made it rather complex for St. Tensions to determine the taxi route. Well. Okay, so 29er. You can give me all positions, please. Two 901. No follow me needed. Handling by Avia partner. Okay, so he's sending us via the Echoes. So November onto Echo, then Juliet and Quebec. So I guess there's probably no maximum wingspan defined. But that's fine with me. Remember, those over here are the ones where originally you are not supposed to taxi with an A380. So we'll keep a good lookout to our wingtips. So we keep going straight on this one. And then left on the next one. Which is here. So very slowly through the turn. And here we go. So Juliet is going to be the one that goes like half right over here. What are you doing? Center on aircraft, please. So Juliet is next right. So slow and shallow through the turn, then we don't need to go all the way down to 10 knots. So after this one comes Quebec. Which is straight ahead for the time being. And let's see, Juliet over here, and then the Quebecs come to the right. Couldn't take it all the way across the apron here. I will just deviate slightly from the cleared taxi routing because I don't want to go over there. Let's keep it over here. This is a little bit more realistic. Okay, so 291 is over there. That means we'll take the next one to the right hand side. Start APU.
All aircraft be advised, information Foxtrot is now current. QNH 1016.
Okay, clear right side and clear left side. Oh man, you can really feel how large of an aircraft this is. But I gotta say, it's fun taxiing that A380. It's so completely different from the other aircraft, just because of the sheer size of this plane. So 291, guidance system is on, lights off. just to be sure that weather is completely off, and here we go. Alright, A380 is up there on the guidance. Then we've just got to be slow. Two, one, and stop. Alright, so APU bleed is coming on and is available. 3, 4, 2, 1, like that. Okay. Cabin crew, all doors in park. And here we are. Beacon off, seatbelts off. No ground power just yet, that's fine. And parking checklist, please. So, park and brake our trucks. That's the brake set. Wing light is off. Parking checklist complete. Well, my friends, and with that, I'd like to welcome you all to Barcelona. I do hope you all enjoyed this flight. Let me know if you want me to fly the A380 a little bit more over the course of the next couple of days or weeks. And with that out of the way, if you did like our ATC today, then be sure to check out Say Intention Say Hi through the link in the video description or the pinned comment below. In the meantime though, thank you very much for watching. As always, I do hope you enjoyed the flight with us. Be sure to leave your feedback in the comments underneath the video, like the video if you did indeed like it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.